Guys, decided I'd do another video. I know you guys are getting bombarded with my videos. I decided to take the camera out for a run. I haven't used it since I got this laptop in about June, so why not? Let's go ahead and I'm going to go over a few figures that I keep in my tackle box that I usually take with me to tournaments. A couple of figures that I think are noteworthy that I like or other people don't like, but I do. So I'm going to point out a few things on this video. It won't take too terribly long. I'm going to start off with probably my favorite, one of my favorite figures in the entire game that I had to give an arm and a leg for. It's Kingdom Come Green Lantern. This guy is a complete beast. Even in today's standards, he's a beast. His sculpt is beautiful. I have yet to see such workmanship in a sculpt. He doesn't look derpy. His sword is pretty baller. Pretty good figure. Starts off with 20 defense with willpower. You have problems taking this guy down. There is no doubt about it, unless you bring out Supernova Thanos. Then it's all over. He's rocking 12 attack with 4 damage, 10 range, 2 targets, and his 4 damage is accompanied with range combat expert. So you basically TK this guy up, running shot, pot shot at somebody, or you just shoot at him and then run away. Whatever works for you. This guy has a glass jaw, though. He's much like the older figures, Ultimate Thor, and the older Unleashed figures like Casey Superman and such, that when they get whacked, they are rendered completely useless. He has support, but I think, no, it was defend when he has like a 15 defense. So back then that was good, but now it is completely useless. Another figure of mine that is probably one of my favorite sculpts in the whole game is the Cookie Monster figure. We call it Cookie Monster. It's Martian Manhunter from the Brave and the Bold set. He's a rare, but he's a really cool figure. A little high in the points for 202 points, but he has a pretty nifty white power. You go take a look at it if you get a chance to go on the realms. I can't remember. I can't get his card out. It'd take forever to do that. The penetrating psychic blast for 4 damage is pretty powerful. He has hypersonic speed as well, which makes him a very entertaining figure to play and to look at as well with the cookies. Dark Side, I like this Dark Side. I love the sculpts. I wish the dial were different. 5 damage, this guy can take down Sauron if you try hard enough. With that penetrating psychic blast, there is no comparison. And the only thing I'm going to tell you to do is when you play this guy, have some Mastermind Fodder. Get some of those Hyper Time Swamp things, get like 3 of those things, you're good to go. Because you just send that damage off, he'll never take the damage. Those things have deep dials too. They take about 10 or 12 clicks of damage, it feels like. Let's see, a couple other figures that I like. Nightcrawler, I like to play him, but I don't play him as often as I should. He's a good figure. I hate fighting against him. He's a pain in the neck to fight. One of my absolute favorite figures is the GSX Storm. I used this figure. We had a tournament one day where we had to have all female characters. So I decided to play her, and I think it was like a 200-point game, so it was really low on points. This was a very, very good figure, especially if you use a Gotham City Detective with her, or another character with enhancement. I use Gotham City Detectives, just because I like to cheese it up sometimes with those guys. Let's see. Of course, the feared and hated Cosmic Spider-Man. Extremely good figure. Really high on points. I'm pretty sure anybody that's following this blog is pretty familiar with what this guy does. This guy wrecks hopes and dreams, and he makes small kids cry. He's very annoying. He's not indestructible, though. You can kill him, but it's very hard because you have to get to him first. He's much like Nightcrawler. He can run away from you. Favorite thing about him, nothing hinders his line of fire. Line of fire is never blocked for Cosmic Spider-Man. His card is misprinted, which is always a lovely thing to find out because his second power is kind of weird. And let's see. Give me just a second here and we'll take a look to see what other figures I got here that we can look at. Another figure that I like for the sculpt mostly is MODOK. Pretty cool figure, really highly detailed sculpts. Not bad on a Hydra team. He doesn't have the Hydra keyword though. So it kind of makes him a pain. I believe I remembered I used him with Baron Strucker, and it made it kind of hard to do that because he doesn't share the Hydra keyword with everybody. He like the Modoc 13 or 11, something like that. I can't remember what it was. But he's a very, very cool figure. I would put out every single Skrull that I have because Skrulls are my favorite team in the world to play. But I'll only pull out probably the most useful Skrull that I have, and it's common Miss Marvel. She is an extremely good figure. She's fairly expensive on points, but man, is she worth it. Hypersonic speed, stealth, outwit, you name it, she's got it. She's a Swiss Army knife with Skrull on her. She's very, very good. Very, very good figure. A couple other figures that I like to point out. Icon Superman. The Superman that broke the game. Now, this guy's glued to his base because I got him for free from somebody, but he's a little broken. But this is an extremely good figure. Again, like the old figures, they have glass jaws. He doesn't have a very high defense for a big figure. 18 defense. He's rocking 12 attack with 5 damage, and he's got hypersonic speed. If you're playing a Golden Age team, this guy is a staple of Golden Age teams. Definitely a recommended figure. I love that figure very, very much. One of my first high-level figures that I have owned. Let's see. I didn't pull out my Hyper Time Flash, but that's another figure I like to use. Is Hyper Time Flash. The Jake Eric with the dinner plate on his head is what they call him. 20 movement. 20 movement with hypersonic speed. Heroclix football, that guy is the MVP. He runs all the way across the field, and nobody's going to stop him. Not a very good figure, though, if you're playing Modern Age. He gets destroyed quickly. Let's see, a couple other figures. Mystic's Doom. Mystic's Doom is a really good figure, really expensive. I've never really had the opportunity to use him. He's really expensive on points. Very good figure because of the Mystics, and he has penetrating psychic blast, and indomitable and impervious. The list goes on and on. And he's got some pretty nasty powers. I think he can outwit a person's entire dial. It's quite entertaining to play. Very, very annoying figure. Let's see. Another favorite figure of mine is Guardian of the Universe. Everybody underestimates these Fast Forces figures. This guy, I have won games with this guy. I've won tournaments with this guy. This guy is a really, really good figure. If you do not have him, go get him. He's 150 points of I will win you a tournament guaranteed. You stick him with a Gotham City detective, enhance up his attack to a 12, and PD you PD his attack up to a 12, and you enhance his damage up to a 5. You outwit and penetrating psychic blast, and this guy just owns face. If you can get a hit on Thanos with this guy, you're in good shape. Very, very, very good figure with 10 range. Absolute beast. He's one of my favorite figures. I love him so much. And you can obviously always perplex with the con artist, which I have an army of at this point. I have about 7 or 8 of them. Always good figures for the beginners. If you guys have not started playing, if you're new to the game, figures I want to point out to you. The Atom from the Blackest Night set. Go get that set. The whole set is good, but that is the one figure you want because he has enhancement. There's not enhancement, it's support. And when he supports, he has an attack of 12. So you're almost guaranteed a hit. Very, very good figure. A couple of the figures were okay on that set, but that one particular piece was really, really good. And for a starter set, that's really good. Con artist. You get rookie con artists from Explosion or whatever. They run about $2 a piece. You push them, you have perplex. You run about 3 or 4 of those things out there, you got 33 points of 3 perplex. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. It's very good. It's cheesing. They have an affectionate name called hookers, and aptly so. They're fun to play. We call it the hooker shuffle. They're pretty fun to play. Getting a Night Nurse. It's about a $10 prize figure from the Web of Spider-Man set. Recommended figure. I haven't used it very much, but I know it's very good. It was used in Worlds along with Metron and Nightcrawler. See other figures I could recommend to you. Gotham City Detectives. I can't stress this enough. I like doing ranged games, so Gotham City Detectives enhance and PD They boost up the attack and they boost up your damage. They put you in a good place, especially with that Guardian of the Universe. You put that out there, you're running 180 some odd points, and you've got a pretty formidable part right there. Get a TK, get like a, I believe it's an Infinity Challenge Jean Grey, a rookie Jean Grey. She runs about 30 points, about a $3 figure. Cheap TK, very good figure. I like that figure a lot. Other figures, it's never a bad idea to have some generics. I have generic scrolls. Some people prefer generic Hydra, especially if you're running like a MODOK or a Baron Strucker or a Red Skull. I know some people run a Red Skull. I have one, but I've never really gotten the chance to run it very much. I like Ultimate Hawkeyes. My buddy Lucas got me started on these, and ever since then I've always liked these guys a lot. They're kind of weak on the defense, but you TK one of these guys up there and you pop somebody for 5, and that's pretty much all they do. That's what they're pretty much a guaranteed guy to die unless you're in a Golden Age tournament, and they might actually hold up. Ultimate see-through stealth, always a good thing. Let's see, other figures, GSX figures, pretty much anything. Elixir is a really good figure. Cyclops and Wolverine, they were commons from that set. Really good figures. Cyclops, who starts off with a 10 attack and 4 damage, willpower, running shot, and down the dial he has range combat expert, and it's always perplexed, always fun. And Wolverine, I have won with him, I have been beaten with him. It's very fun because he heals 1 click every turn. I'm sure many of you are aware of this. He's a really fun figure to play. I really like this guy. He's just a great figure. The giant size X-Men, out of all the sets I've seen recently, giant size has been probably the best set I've seen. Now, Cap was okay, and Hulk is, it's crap to me. I didn't care for Superman. I really didn't. And the indie sets really just don't compare with that. But those are some figures I'd recommend. Beginners, I always encourage beginners to ask any questions, or just take a look around. I love teaching new people. I like introducing new people to this game. Constantly trying to convince people that I know to play the game if they've never played it. It's a lot of fun, and I've got everything you need. I have all the teams you need. So, but absolutely, if you have any questions, if you want to start, if you're interested in the game, you want to get started, if you have any questions, there's 3 blogs that are out there for Heroclix that I know of. My buddy Jeremiah, he runs, I believe it's Clicks the Dial. That's the dial. That's the blog he runs from Tumblr. My buddy Lucas is Lucas Clicks. He's the one that got me started into Heroclix. He runs a blog, and he's always happy to teach new people as best as he can. And me and Jeremiah are fairly new to the game. Lucas has been playing for a long time, quite a few years, so he's got more experience. Unfortunately, I take the cheesy end of things sometimes. I'll play the Cosmic Spider-Man every now and again. I'm that guy that you don't want to see, especially with my Skrulls team. But if you have any questions, feel free. Like I said, any figures you want me to review, I'll go through an in-depth dial. This one I was just briefly going through. I just wanted to kind of show off a few of the figures that I had, a few of the figures that I really enjoy. But I remembered another figure. Before I let you go, I have one figure that I want to recommend. I can't recommend it highly enough. 75th Deadshot. This guy, for 89 points, you stick him in stealth and hindering terrain around an object, whatever you want to do. Have no action tokens on him. He has 12 attack. He'll have penetrating psychic blast, and I believe it's range combat expert as well. I can't remember exactly, but I have thrown off teams that I should not have thrown off with this guy because he's in stealth and he rocks 12 attack and he's an 89 point figure. It's just absolute troll. He's a troll. Very good figure. Please go get it. I have like 3 of them. You can build an army of these guys and you will annoy the crap out of everybody with 8 range and an 89 point figure. Totally, boom, you got it right there. But I digress. Like I said, any questions, feel free to drop them on. I'm always here to answer them. Let me know.